We will start today's program by heading back down to Foxborough, where we join up with Alex Barth of 98.5thesportshub.com and Andrew Callahan of the Boston Herald. This Patriots training camp recap is brought to you by Starland Sportsplex and Fun Park in Hanover. Trust me, as a South Shore guy, love Starland. What's up, guys? Good day for the Patriots offense. That's the report, right?
Yeah, great day. I feel like I've been tricked here where Alex asked me up on a 100-degree day to follow the beautiful Phil Perry. I have to say positive things when Felger Maz, like I'm going to get a dart in the neck after I say something. But a great day. Brissett, Drake Maye, Pop Douglas. Good day for the offense.
No, I've done this the last few days. They want us to say positive things so they can come back and poo-poo it. But no, it was a good day for the offense. Something about working in the red zone seems to have opened things up, which is weird. It's usually the other way around. But Drake Maye, I think, has really been helped by the red zone work, and Jacoby Brissett continues to impress.
Is Drake Maye the story from camp today? I mean, just based on the tweets and the reporting I saw from you guys and everybody else down there, it kind of feels like Drake Maye had his best day. Is that a fair assessment?
His best day in pads for sure, and it just kind of caps what's been up and down and up week, where Monday and Tuesday we're really talking about, this guy, we knew we needed to get ready, but wow, he takes a step forward today, and in pads, that's the big thing. In pads is able to make multiple plays, and you're seeing a lot of that natural talent on display.
Yeah, he's still living within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage, so all of the highlights and plays that we watched when he was a prospect going, they got to take him, haven't shown up yet. But to me, his progress is going to be in the boring. It's taking the check down. I asked him about that after practice today, just saying, hey, how do you feel like you're balancing that? Because you do want to make those plays. Jacoby Brissett scored a touchdown to end his 2-minute drill on a seam throw, and he's like, look, we had a shot. They were in cover 2. I'm just going to check it down and take it easy. But it's been much better the last 2 days.
Is the narrative shifting a little bit on Drake Maye? I mean, first week of camp, the reports, let's be honest, guys, we're not great. You tell me, you're the ones down there. What's the deal right now?
Yeah, I would say, just like every day today, there's an ebb and flow, right?
Yeah,
I mean, that goes for like Alex and I. Some days I'm seeing every single one-on-one rep. Other times I need to ask him for that. And so it's a natural progression of camp. Like day 8 is going to look much better for the offense, and certainly for Drake Maye when you have 3, let's call them down days, not disastrous. He wasn't worse than Joe Milton. He wasn't, a guy you looked at and freaked out about. It's week 1 of camp. But yeah, it's changed a little bit because he's played better, and that's to be expected.
And I think a part of that is there's new things being introduced, and when you have a rookie quarterback, I thought he started well in the first few packages before the pads came on. Then the pads came on, he dipped down, and now it seems like the last 2 days he's kind of gotten his legs back under him. So as new things are introduced and they're expanding the playbook, and you have padded practices and working in the red zone, third down situations, things like that, there's going to be growing pains because it is all new to him.
So the reporting today is obviously a good day for the Patriots offense. How much of that is Drake Maye? How much of that is Jacoby Brissett? How much of that is the full experience? And what's the gap right now between Maye and Brissett? Has he closed the gap at all in these last 2 days?
No, because Jacoby Brissett's still been really good. Like, he's been the big surprise at camp to me. He had a couple throws today that got audible wows. The big one was a corner route to KJ Osborne in red zone. The other thing is Pop Douglas is getting back on the field, and he was electric today. Started camp dealing with a hand injury. He's still a little limited. He's still wearing that red non-contact jersey, but you could see today it was really clear. When he's on the field, there's another dynamic there. There's another something there for these quarterbacks to attack. Jacoby Brissett called him a weapon after practice, a weapon for the offense, and I think that's fair.
Yeah, it's amazing what happens, McCarthy, when you have a receiver who can uncover immediately, win over the middle of the field, and beat man coverage, of which, without Pop Douglas, it looks like there's no one who can do all 3 of those things. And so I don't think it's an accident. The last 2 days have been better for Drake Maye when his best receiver has been on the field. As far as the gap, I still think it's grown a little bit from the start of camp when Jacoby Brissett had a head start. He's taken all of the first-team reps. So it might have closed over the last 2 days, but not in a significant way that, like, my headline later today at the Herald will be, Drake Maye closes the gap. Is he getting closer? We haven't even talked about, actually, and you might be able to guess, the player I would say is the story from today.
Who is it?
Ooh, I would think Pop Douglas.
He plays defense, is the guy I'm thinking about.
Who you got?
Matt Judon practiced in pads today for the first time in a contract dispute, whether it was Drake Maye as a head coach or Bill Belichick, something he didn't do all of last year, and last year went to August 4th, where we could go beyond that certainly this year. Monday was a mess, but today him fully committing to practice and in pads when you're at maximum injury risk was huge.
And it's not like he was, I'm out here in pads. I mean, he was participating. That is I'm so in the X's and O's of it. That felt massive, because when you look at the different levels of this defense, and ideally you want like a carrying player at each level, Up front, it's Christian Barmore. Obviously, they're going to be without him for an extended period of time. At the second level, you'd think it's Judon. His situation now is a little more clear. And at the third level, it's Christian Gonzalez, who's been spotty to start camp. So losing Judon would be such a massive blow. To see him kind of get back out there in a padded practice, it's a big boost for the defense.
Andrew Callahan, Alex Barth joining us live from Patriots training camp before they have to clear out of there for Metallica tonight, which will be certainly a good time. You tell me, Callahan in particular, Matt Judon practicing today in full pads, to me that is noteworthy, as you just mentioned, in the middle of the contract dispute. Are we nearing some type of resolution? What's your sense on this?
I haven't heard of any definitive progress between the two sides, but I would say right now, just given the PR, let's call it a nightmare, right? It's still like day 5 or 4 camp, whatever it was on Monday. But this is almost a 180 from that. Again, he's practicing in full pads in a way he did not do last year when he went head-to-head and met Bill Belichick's hardball with his own. Now, Monday, again, wasn't good, but I would say the on-field progress that they've shown, the relationship part, might be indicative of things going a little bit better behind the scenes. Because, look, he's the last guy. I don't think they can extend anyone else. They might be down to the equipment guys if they want to hang out through 2025. But for Matt Judon participating today, even after the angry tweets on Wednesday, it is so big that I would have to imagine that things are at least a little closer behind the scenes.
It does feel like a make good, like a coming together moment. You heard the way Drake Maye talked about Devon Godshaw and him participating right before he got his contract. So for Judon to kind of go along that line now, that can only help.
So what did you see from him on the field? Because I think this is also a story that we're not talking about. This is a guy coming off a serious injury. He missed, most of last year. He's obviously an impact player, probably their best player on the defensive side of the ball when healthy. What did you see from him today? How has he looked?
He looked good. I didn't have him down for a sack. I don't know about you during team periods, but
no, there was a lot of run today. There weren't a ton of dropbacks, but he's been, a presence in the backfield, whether it's pressures, whether it's setting the edge against the run. Going back to before Monday when he wasn't really practicing at the start of camp, he looked good. The thing about his injury, it's an upper body injury, so you're not worried about necessarily the explosiveness, the speed, the get off. It's more just play strength. That's something we'll have to see in games because they're not doing live tackling right now. But no, he's looked the part. He's looked like Matthew Judon when he's been out there.
And two things on that. One is when he healed from the bicep, which sounded about like January, February, that gave him an entire offseason to start with the rest of his body from scratch. He talked about full body work. So he's definitely fresher now in early August than he would have been in past seasons when his whole body gets beat down by an entire 17-game season. And we wonder in December, hey, where did Matt Judon go? Why does he have 1 sack in the last 5 games? I think this is a different trajectory for him. Now, granted, he's a year older. The second thing is this. I don't think people understand when I talk about injury risk and padded practices. He could earn $0 of his base salary if he's hurt before the week 1 roster, which is when, if you're a vested veteran like he is, your roster gets your base salary gets guaranteed when you make the team. So that's what he's not only just trying to get to, in addition to that base salary being $6.7 million, less than half of what other guys are making around the league who are as good as he is.